In this video I'm just going to show you how to take a very basic pattern, and this is one of the patterns from the Graphicxtras cross pattern set, and turn it into something slightly more unusual. And obviously just an example, we'll be able to create millions of different designs from a single design. So I'm just going to now go to select, load selection. You notice this transparency. Most of the many of the patterns Graphicxtras come with transparency, so just click there. And now of course once you've done that, you can actually just recolor that. I'm actually just going to quickly apply a custom shade, a different color, and then I just quickly apply just over here. Also I can of course set the color via over here. So I'm just going to quickly add, and already straight away you can see you can actually create quite unusual colourful designs which can be then converted into patterns. Well, these are pattern designs that just okay. So once I've actually done that, I can actually now apply various effects, and I'm just going to go, the first one is filter, and I'm just going to go down to texture, stained glass. I really quite like the stained glass one. It's actually quite effective, especially with the cross designs, if you want to say like a jeweled like design. And one thing though, before you actually do that, is actually change the colour, because it would be nice of course within the actual tool to be able to change the colour, but you can't. So just set that to black, and now that make the, just go back, filter, texture, stained glass, and you will now see the actual border thickness, the border design is actually black and not green as it was initially. Right, I'm just going to go with that, click OK, and now I'm just going to go to oil paint, and this is one filter that I really like. It's really quite good for adding some, let's say 3D effects very quickly into your image. So just, and also a bit of swirly sort of blurring as well, which is really nice. And again, but it's great for, like I say, a jewel effect for a design. You modify that slightly. Now also one thing I find with this filter, oil paint filter, and with many of the filters in Photoshop, is that sometimes applying them once doesn't always work, and sometimes maybe once or twice, maybe with a bit of fade, also works a bit better. So I'm just gonna now go back, oil paint, and already you can see you're creating some quite nice three-dimensional depth to this design. Right, well at this point I'm actually going to stop, and I'm just going to go to now edit, define pattern, because I want it to be a pattern. Now this design now can be stored as a pattern. One thing with patterns, if you're going to use them with the Deco Script feature, is that sometimes they work better when they're actually slightly smaller. Because this one's 1000 by 1000. You might actually want to say work with say 150 by 150. So what I often do is I create some in between ones. I actually go image size, and I'll actually say okay 500, click OK, and define pattern, and then I go image size 150. Just go down, just create a few in between, define pattern, click OK. Now I'm just going to quickly create a new document instead of opening one. So cancel. New. Don't want 1000 by 1000, so just set that to 1000. Click OK. And this is one feature I find one of the best features for me anyway, for patterns, and that's the fill command. And here just use pattern. And I'm just going to go to these patterns now. Could use this one, but I'm just going to use the slightly smaller one, and I'm going to go for the random fill. Now these scripts, you actually have to set scripted patterns to be on. In many ways it's best to actually apply them to a layer. So if before you actually go into this, you might want to actually create a layer. I'm not going to do that now, but just click OK, and it will run through this. And of course you can apply this multiple times. If you don't like the pattern design that's actually created, you can actually just apply it again, and it will go over the other one. So there you have it. You've actually got the design. You can just see the original cross designs barely. Of course sometimes maybe you could actually add an edge to it so you could actually see the design better. And again of course once you've done that, you can go back and maybe apply a additional filters to that actual design.